Have you ever been so stressed that you couldn't stop crying or couldn't sleep or maybe bit on your nails? Well, I have. Last year was one of the most stressful times that I have ever had. I was in the first year of high school and I didn't study as much as needed to pass the year with great grades. I actually had to retake many tests in order to reach acceptable results. Because of that, at every test I felt like I was going crazy and I couldn't stop crying while I was studying because I didn't understand the subject. I couldn't sleep as well and I didn't have nails to care because they were all beaten. So, what is the reason why so many people are stressed nowadays? Have you ever noticed that one of the biggest reasons is the time? We never have time to do everything we want or need to. Life is too busy and sometimes we forget to have fun, to do what makes us feel good, sometimes we forget to live. But where was this controlled time born? Time, as you know, hasn't been always the same. Some centuries ago it was defined as natural. Each person had their own pace of life, and it was even counted by the sun. Like, imagine that there wasn't hurry. Every work was done calmly without the pressure of the clock. That's crazy, right? After the first industrial revolution, time became something defined, the same for everybody in the world. Systems were created to improve the speed and effectiveness of the production. Tools were created in order to make our lives easier. Cars, microwave ovens, washing machines, cell phones. Think how much time we save by using these devices. We can't deny that industry and technology have helped us a lot. On the other hand, this revolution has also created the notion of standardization. If I can fabricate something in 30 minutes, so can everybody else. If I can do my chores in an hour, so can everyone else. You know what the outcome is? Pressure. Since that decade, we have been living a constantly stressful life, causing that everyday stress, which is very clear when you listen to people complaining about lack of time or saying, my day has only 24 hours. Time isn't changed by people. People are changed by time. For example, at a school, a student has 50-minute classes of different subjects every day. There are students that can learn everything in that time, but there are others that need more time to get into the subject, and they won't have more time. They will need to search other ways of learning it. The same stressful situation can happen at work. You have an assignment that you have to deliver in the next morning. You will have to deal with the time to do it. All of this situation can really stress us. The world became robotic. Everyone has the same measure of time and we all need to learn how to deal with it. And I know there are a lot of different kinds of stress and ways to start feeling it. But since I have experienced the most of my life the kind of stress related to time, I chose to talk about that one. Although I had a really difficult time, my situation wasn't extreme. I mean, there are people that can develop asthma, obesity, diabetes, headaches, depression, anxiety, gastrointestinal problems, Alzheimer's disease, accelerated aging, and even premature death. Maybe after I mention all this problem and disease, you may think what she's saying is useless. She has been through a lot. Well, maybe what I'm saying can be useless. But have you ever thought that all of those problems and disease haven't appeared in a second? They can start as small disturbances, and if you don't pay attention to them, they can escalate into those kind of circumstances. If your case is more severe and you have one of those problems, so I think what I'm going to say can maybe help you, but it won't solve your problems. You definitely need to go after a doctor. However, if your problem is the similar or the same that I have something to tell you. As I said in the beginning, I couldn't deal with my first year of high school, and I almost failed. When I started the second year, I realized that what I did in the past year obviously hadn't worked. So I started going after other kinds of solutions. It was when I realized that doing exercise really helped me. I lost weight, I started feeling happier, it boosted my energy and helped me to focus on classes. I started going to the gym and playing soccer at my school. It didn't take long to notice the difference. The first time I did it, I felt great immediately, and after some weeks I lost some weight and I was studying so much more effectively that I ended up improving my grades. There is no such thing as the perfect workout. You can do whatever exercise you want and make you feel good. You only need to exercise yourself. Just so you know, exercise has been shown to improve your mood and decrease feeling of depression, anxiety, and stress. According to a survey conducted by American Psychological Association, exercise and other physical activity produce endorphins, chemicals in the brain that act as natural painkillers, and it can also improve the ability to sleep, which in turn reduces stress. Meditation, acupuncture, massage therapy, and even breathing deeply can cause your body to produce endorphins. And you cannot imagine, this year I haven't needed any second chance on tests. My grades are really good and I'm not an average student anymore. The most surprising, I'm studying less than last year. Yes, I used to study all day before tests. Now I study only for 1 hour. If you think that stress is taking too much of your time, try to do some exercise that you like. Well, at least it was how I solved my stress problems. And you, how can you solve it?